choice of a young voice.
Welcome to The Choice of a Young Voice. This is a series where we discuss the different choices that we make as young people in this generation. And one important choice we are discussing today is personalities. And the question is, do you know your personality? It's important for us to know our personalities, to know other people's personalities, for us to be able to relate with them. And let's learn why we should know our personalities and how do you even get to know your personality. That is what we are discussing today. We have a very important special guest here with us. This is Dr. Rispa Dayo.
Rispa Dayo.
Yes,
Counselor.
Rispa Dayo. She's here to help us understand our own personalities and how we can get to know other people's personalities as well. And we have an amazing audience. They're here to learn as well. I'm sure you can see they have papers. They did an exam just before we started this episode, and we're about to see what their results are in a few. So now let's get into the heart of this topic. Why is it important to know your personality?
Actually, personality goes into each and everything that we do. Even how you chose to dress this morning, it's your personality. How you make up your room in the morning, it's your personality. The number of people you've talked to today depends on your personality. The kind of friends that you have depends on your personality. The kind of course that you're doing depends on your personality. Even how you relate with family members depends on your personality. So personality really defines who you are. And you know, God has made us in such a way that each and every one of us has got unique personality. That's what makes Counselor Rispa and makes the other person. Mm-hmm. That's what differentiates us. Just the way we are different in our looks is the same way we are different in our personalities. Mm-hmm. And even if you had a twin brother, even identical sister or brother, somehow your personalities will never be identical. So personality can be defined as the things that make you, in simple words. Everything that makes you. Why should put on a cloth with red prints in it? That's her personality. Why I would keep a short hair? That's my personality. Why you'd eat fish and not eat chicken? Sometimes it's your personality. Why you're doing the course you're doing, it's all in your personality. That's why it's very important to know your personality, so that you get to place yourself in the right job, live in the right environment for you, get to relate with the right people for you, because there are some people you never cope with because you have different personalities. There are personalities which do not match with each other, and there are personalities that can go together. They can coordinate, they can be friends. There are personalities that are no-go zone. No wonder, even if you're looking for a job, the employer would want to see you. The reason they want to see you is not to see your face. They want to assess your personality. What is the software that operates you as a person? Okay, they've seen the hardware. You have the shoes on, you have the jacket on, you have everything on. But then I want you to open up your mouth so that they know the software that operates that dressed person. Psychologists will describe personality as that product of you. You are the product. That product that you are presenting into the marketplace. For a moment, have you ever thought of yourself as a product?
Your products.
You're a product. And you're a product of many things.
Yeah.
We are products of our upbringing. We are products of our environment. We are products of our religious beliefs. We are products of the church you attend, the group of friends that you have. They all have some influences into your life, and you are now the product. So you're the product that you're presenting into the world market.
Wow, thank you. That was a very powerful definition of personality. And it's important for us to know our personalities, hence why we took this test. So I'm sure you finished calculating all that needed to be calculated. Now, let me explain what these letters mean. Okay. L stands for lions. So, L says lions are leaders. They are usually the bosses at work, or at least they think they are. They are decisive, bottom line, folks who are observers, not watchers or listeners. They love to solve problems. They are usually individualists who love to seek new adventures and opportunities. Lions are very confident and self-reliant. In a group setting, if no one else instantly takes charge, the lion will.
Yes,
you will know, you'll see the lion in the room. Unfortunately, if they don't learn how to tone down their aggressiveness, their natural dominating traits can cause problems with others. Most entrepreneurs are strong lions, or at least have a lot of lion in them. So that's one. I'm sure some of you are saying, hey, I'm a lion. O stands for otters. Yeah? Otters are excitable, fun-seeking, cheerleader types who love to talk. They are great at motivating others and need to be in an environment where they can talk and have a vote on major decisions. The otter's outgoing nature makes them great networkers. They usually know a lot of people who know a lot of people. They can be very loving and encouraging unless under pressure. When they tend to use their verbal skills to attack. They have a strong desire to be liked and enjoy being the center of attention. They are often very attentive to style, clothes, and flash. Otters are the life of any party, and most people really enjoy being around them. I'm an otter, guys. I'm just saying. That's where I scored the highest. G. If you have a G, this is who you are. You are a golden retriever. Golden retrievers, yeah? One word describes these people: loyal. They are so loyal. In fact, that they can absorb the most emotional pain and punishment in a relationship and still stay committed. They are great listeners, incredibly empathetic, and warm encouragers. However, they tend to be such pleasers that they can have great difficulty being assertive in a situation or relationship when it's needed. So if you see G is your highest, this is who you are. Then finally, B. B are beavers. Beavers have a strong need to do things right and by the book, to the letter. In fact, they are the kind of people who actually read instructions and manuals. You know, those privacy, they will read all of that. They are great at providing quality control in an office and will provide quality control in any situation or field that demands accuracy, such as accounting, engineering, etc. Because rules, consistency, and high standards are so important to beavers, they are often frustrated with others who do not share these same characteristics. Their strong need for maintaining high and oftentimes unrealistic standards can short-circuit their ability to express warmth in a relationship. So, tell me, which was your highest? L, O, and B tied as your highest.
Yeah.
Wow, you're a lion, you're a fun person, you're a leader, you're a fun person, and you're organized. That's really nice. Interesting. Okay. And I hope you are honest. By the way, these personality tests require you to be very honest. Let's see. Rachel, what was your highest?
I've got 3 ties.
Okay.
On L, G, and B.
L, G, and B. Another person to share behind there, the gentleman. Someone can pass him a microphone.
My highest score is 33 on L, 25 O, followed by 23 G and 19 B.
In order.
I'm a lion.
Okay, thank you. Yes, tell us yours.
All right, mine L is 35, O 20, G 31, then B 20.
Wow. Okay. Now you've gotten to understand yourself a little bit more. Yes.
Okay, Carol, I wanted to put this in the language that usually people use than the lion, the otter, and the rest.
Yes.
The first kind of personality are called the cholerics. The people who are usually in charge. And they want to be in charge.
Yes.
Like let's say we tell the group, please put down your names. The choleric will always look for the pen and the paper and let people start writing their names.
Yes.
The cholerics are result-oriented. They want results, they want duties to be, activities to be portioned in achievable results. So when you give a choleric an assignment to do, put it in portions that are achievable. Don't tell them to make a meal. Tell them, make the egg stew, make the spaghetti, make the chapati. And they get a lot of satisfaction that the egg stew is done, the chapati is done, the rice is done. But when you tell them go and make a meal, then it becomes very open-ended. It's very difficult for them to coordinate, the cholerics. They are in charge. They want to do their duties. They are focused on doing their duties. And they put a lot of energy into doing those duties. Those who are saying they are lions, I want you to do self-assessment. That are you ever in charge? Do you do duties with a lot of focus in it?
Yes.
And they are usually very violent at times, like when you interfere with their work.
Bas.
The choleric, you will come, they've mopped a room, and you come in with your slippers, stepping into what they've done, and they'll let you know that those slippers should be outside the room. The cholerics will speak their mind and take charge. And when they speak clearly. That they leave no doubt in you, whatever they've communicated. The cholerics are usually the leaders, the entrepreneurs, they're decision makers. They make a decision and they go with it, whether they'll not consult anybody about the decisions that they're about to make. If they're tired with the relationship and they say quits, and they mean quits, and they leave it.
Yes.
Those are the cholerics. But we have another, the sanguines. The sanguines are the second one, the otters.
Yeah.
The party animals. You only take 5 minutes with them, and it's like you knew them last year. They've given you almost every summary of where they are social, they want to make friends.
Yes.
They are party animals. They'd rather be late to work, but listen to the Pico accident in Kondele and wait for the summary. And then they'll come smiling, or they'll come feeling very sorry that there's somebody who got hurt in Kondele, and I just had to wait and see. So they don't take their workers seriously. Social issues are more important to them than the work.
People are being attacked here. People are being attacked. And as we continue describing these personalities, when we come back, we're going to talk more about these personalities, the rest, melancholic, phlegmatic, and also we are going to learn how we can use this personality to improve on our interrelationships. So stay with us. There's more to come. Welcome back. You are watching The Choice of a Young Voice, and we are talking about personalities today. I hope immediately after you watch this episode, go online. There are very many personality tests you can. I actually got this from one website online, and get to know yourself, understand your personality, so that you can know how to relate with other people. And now we are still talking about defining each personality. You are still on sanguine.
Yeah, the sanguines is the party animal, the social human being. Social things will take more of his or her time than even work-related duties. They want to know how each and every staff in the office is doing, how the baby is doing, how what is doing, and it's working time, remember? But they'll go from desk to desk. How was the church last week? How was the what? They spend their time socializing most of the time. But they're good people. We also need them in the society because you need to connect with human beings in order to lead them.
Yeah.
So if you have some qualities of being a sanguine and you're also choleric, then it defines a very good quality for leadership because it means that you can give directives, but at the same time you can mobilize the team to do the work.
Yes.
Then we have the phlegmatics. Peace be upon you everywhere. They want peace. You meet a phlegmatic solving a problem, he'll tell everybody's right. You are right. You are also right. You are also right. So who is wrong in this conflict? To them, everybody's right. What we just want is that we be at peace. Wachana na hizo maneno, nataka tuishi kwa amani. We are not solving anything, but everybody's right, and they expect everybody to be at peace. We are not solving anything. We are not making any decision.
Yeah.
But they just want some artificial peace to prevail.
Yeah.
They want peace.
Yeah.
They are happy when they see people at peace, and that's what matters to them. They're very sympathetic. They don't even want to see a friend annoyed or a friend to a friend. They want to find out what is it. Why don't we be at peace? The phlegmatics are always preaching peace. Very loyal, will remain in the same employment even for 10 years without promotion, no nothing.
And they're fine.
Very peaceful. No question, no nothing. They don't question anything because that's their personality. They don't step on anybody's toe. If they are employed as sweepers, they'll remain in that position for 20 years down the line, going to work every morning, every evening, not asking anything from anybody, because they want peace to prevail.
Amen.
They want to be at peace.
Good phlegmatics. Let's move on before the time.
Then
time
the
catches up.
melancholics. The melancholics are the procedure-oriented human beings. Very methodical, very procedural. Akiacha slippers kwa mlango, should come back and find the slippers kwa mlango. Because if you get into their house, each and every item has got a place. If you use the cup, return the cup to where it should be. The cup was not on the table, the cup was on the drawer. So when you've used the cup, return it to the drawer. So chances of conflict are that you're not going to keep the systems and procedures, especially if you are a sanguine coming in to live with a melancholic.
Yes.
Most of the scientists are melancholics, people who are procedural.
Yeah.
They want procedure in doing everything. If they want to socialize, they'll socialize in a structured social gathering. Call them to doctor's meeting or doctor's Christmas party. They'll be ready to come to such. But they'll not walk into Kibuye or wherever and just start mingling with people. Very methodical. They want budgets, they want procedures. How did you do it? Where did you hear it from? They want factual source of where you've had the message from.
Yes.
For them to treat you seriously.
Wow. And so now I know a lot of us maybe are interested in relationships, yeah? So if I'm a sanguine, my boyfriend should be?
Sanguines, okay, most of the personalities, the opposites will attract. But research has found that melancholics also do very well with other melancholics. So you'll find a doctor married to another doctor, or a scientist married to a scientist. But sanguines will also do well with sanguines, at times, but there'll be a lot of conflict between the sanguines. Because you chose him because he's friendly, he's talkative, he spends time with people. Would you want him to continue being talkative and being friendly with people once he's in the marriage?
Maybe not.
But that is what it is. That is the value that you chose in him.
Yes.
And it's the same value that he's carrying into the marriage. So he continues being a sanguine in the marriage or in the relationship, and that is where the conflict begins.
Yeah.
Remember that there are people who only need 2 minutes to establish a relationship.
Yeah.
So they walked into this room, only 2 minutes, and you see them hugging, touching somebody else. Because that is
Sanguine.
what is them.
Okay, very interesting. Is there a question before we move on? From anyone? Yes.
Okay, thank you. I'm Fini Dingore, and I'm having a question. You find that a situation like the sanguine's daughters, someone is generally talkative, but sometimes they live in denial in that they don't want to show their true character, or sometimes they want to do away with their sanguinity and want to, like they're not such proud of their personality, and they want to change their personality, and so sometimes it takes time for them. So I'm asking if that's possible.
Okay, that is possible. I think in our definition we should have said that these characteristics, they are consistent, they are stable, they are a way in which you can be predicted. I can tell how you'd behave in a situation if I knew your personality. Personality, it's inborn, but partially it is also learned from environment. It means that certain life skills could help you change certain things that are defective about your personality. Maybe you're a sanguine and your boss is complaining about you being too social than doing your work that you're employed to do. Then there are life skills that can help you to moderate on the unworking behavior so that you moderate your talking. You could even have yourself a timetable when to talk in the office and when not to talk in the office.
It's like,
Because if it means saving your
time
job,
to keep quiet.
yeah. And let everybody know that I'll only be talking to you at 10 when you're taking tea. But between 9 to 10, I want to do some work. So everybody keep off my desk. There are some sanguines, they just come in and announce, I'm going into a room to do my studies now. I don't want anybody knocking on my door until 11. Meaning that they want to control interruption. Because they know once they are into a conversation, they will not stop. In fact, you'll find a sanguine who was supposed to be home by around 5 in the evening, still in town, around 8 in the night, still sharing a story and listening. And really a story that's not even related or adding value to their own lives.
Yeah, yeah. Wow, interesting. There's another hand somewhere. Someone else with a question? Yes.
Okay, my name is Norman. What I wanted to know is that in this personality, we have people who have low self-esteem and high self-esteem. And if I look at that with the personalities you've just mentioned, it's kind of hard with the self-esteem that is high or low to gauge where somebody can fall into.
Okay, I think maybe Carol will have another topic just to talk about self-esteem, low and high, and self-image. Because I said personality is the product. But now how you package your product is now the self-image of your product. And then how you value that product. You know, packaging is another thing.
Yeah.
That is self-image. But valuing of the product. Because if I asked you today, what is your value? Do you know? What is your value? Because that's really what determines your self-esteem. Where is it? Is it high? Are you highly priced? Are you priced in the middle, or are you priced on the floor? Where are you? You as a product that is going into the market, you're going into the hands of employers. Where are you pricing yourself as a person? Before I put a price tag on you, you should know your price. What is your price? Have you ever asked yourself what your price is? Well, because there are some people who don't have price. They will be given any job and do anything. Because I don't have a price. But if I have a price, there are some jobs that I will walk out of because they are not according to my level. And there are things I will be able to do. And there are places I can go depending on my price. And there are places I cannot. You can never find me because of my price. So young people have to learn to have a price tag on themselves.
Yeah, yeah.
And people, if you treat yourself as rubbish, I'll actually treat you as a rag. Because you have no price. Now, sometimes I ask young people, how do you end up even having sexual relationship with 10 people? You have no price. So anybody can walk in and walk out the way they want. In fact, once men know that you have no price, they will actually treat you as such. Self-esteem is, where are you pricing yourself?
Yeah.
How are you taking care of yourself? Are you taking care of yourself like as an important product that is being marketed? Or are you a valueless product that has no price tag? So it will be taken for anything? That really depends on you.
Yeah.
It's the young person to decide.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And now, knowing your personality, how does that help you? Okay, you've talked about, work setups, and in your interpersonal relationships, does it have a role to play when it comes to maybe solving conflict, or how can personalities help you in this day and age?
It has. When you're dealing with a choleric person, you definitely know that when you have not done the assignment they've told you to do, they'll actually be furious. So there are bosses that you know that today I will have a problem because I did not finish the project, just because they are choleric people. Then there are people, how will they react in a situation? The purpose of knowing the temperance of people is, how is so-and-so going to react in such a situation? So that you know how to deal with each and every personality.
And then, now, for instance, you've seen a choleric person.
Yeah.
This choleric person is very aggressive.
Yeah.
And then does this and this and this. Like, it's because that's just the way I am. I'm just choleric.
Yeah.
Is knowing your personality an excuse to the wrong things that you do?
It should not be an excuse, because we are not going to assume that you are the only choleric people exist in this world. As you do your work, remember that they are the cholerics, they are the sanguines, they are the phlegmatics, they are also the melancholic people. Just get to know that you are not alone with your temperaments in this world. There are other people, and they are also important, significant, because they also have to display their temperaments. Because you come with an attitude that you are just a choleric, then the sanguine will say, wacha nipige story. See me, everybody anajua mimi ni sanguine around here. Who doesn't know? Then who will work?
Yeah.
And there is really never a strict borderline that when you are choleric, then you are purely just choleric. Most of us, we blend these personalities. You'll find that there are situations when your choleric personality will show up more. There are situations when you just become a sanguine and everybody asks, but I thought this lady doesn't talk, but today ameongea kweli kweli. So that we coexist. Just get to know that with your temperament, you're not alone.
Yeah.
There are other people, and they also have their temperaments with them. So that we treat each one as where they belong.
Then how do you get to know someone else's personality? Just like, for instance, now, work setting, we've gotten into a new job. You've not done this personality test where you're getting to know each other. You're just working. And you want to know how to relate with someone else. How do you get to know their personality?
That's why we're saying that personality it's a consistent way in which a person behaves. It's a stable kind of behavior that a person displays. So when something goes wrong in the office, you definitely know, even before your boss comes, you know that this is how he's going to react, because you, from history, you have seen how he has reacted
Consistency.
before. It's a consistent thing. It's a consistent pattern. When you've not finished your report in time, you know the kind of words that he uses. So even before he comes to the office and you know your work is incomplete, you know what kind of response you're going to have. Yeah.
And then it helps work relationships. Someone else with a comment. Yes. Question.
Well, my name is Rachel. My question is, does personality has some role in parenting? Because sometimes you realize that the kids are so much on the mother's side, maybe because mothers are phlegmatics or something. Then when they hear the dad coming, everyone is back to business. So does it has some roles to be played in parenting or something?
Yeah, I think it does, and I think it has now been confirmed. Majority of men are cholerics. That's why they take that leadership positions, even in places of employment, majority of them. Hardly would you find women, even if you're coming up, but not as much. Most of the people who like authority, being in leadership, and even the Bible has defined that it is men who are the head. They are the cholerics, they are the leaders of the family. So, and I think it's also inborn nature in women that most majority have got the sanguine characteristics in them. So, you know, when you're talking every day, children also get to know. See, it's a pattern of behavior. They know the mommy will just come and talk. Tomorrow she'll come and talk. But daddy, you do it once and you get a slap on your face or whatever, and you get to learn that's the no goes on. But women more maybe are phlegmatic and also sanguines.
Okay. Is there one last one? Yes?
I'm Eliud. I made to understand that sometimes people change because of the environment. I usually see, maybe in colleges or any other place, you find that a person displays a different character when in maybe college or in workplace. But when back at home or maybe with any other place or any other people, there is another character that he displays. So how can we explain this?
That has been established in...
Remember the question when we come back. We're going to answer. We're going to pause for a very short commercial break. When we come back, we're going to address that question that has been asked and also get to know about when a person gets... at what point does someone get to the point where they need to get a clinical test on personality so that we can get to understand this more and more? Stay with us. We'll be right back after the break. Welcome back. You are watching The Choice of a Young Voice, and we are discussing personalities. Before the break, one of us asked a very important question that I believe should be answered at this point.
Yes. I think what has research has established so far, the psychologists have determined now that teenage personalities tend to change, especially when they get into young adulthood. But there is also what is called the double personality. There are people who just manage two different personalities. In a home environment, They use the personality that will not put them in conflict at home. Wherein they're with their peers, they put another personality that will not put them in conflict with their peers. So they keep on juggling between two different personalities. And these two personalities are stable throughout. When you find him in campus, it is a him in campus. When you find him at home, it is the him at home. And most of the times, the him at home is directly opposite of the him in campus. And sometimes you tell the parent, this is what we know your child is in school. And they say, no, that is not my baby. The kind of things they're saying that they're doing in school, that's not my baby. But they manage to juggle the two personalities well. So it's doable. There are people who do that. There is also what is called the split personality. That's now a disorder. Where in a circumstance you go extreme on one line, and in a different circumstance you also go extreme in one line. But there are also people who are just able to put on facades. They pretend. When they're at home, they're going to church. They're going to choir. They're going to evening vespers. When they are in school, when they are at the university, all the bashes, all the funny clothes you'll ever meet them in, they're in them.
Wow, that's very interesting. And so how does one get to that point where they need actually a clinical test on their personality? Is it necessary, or maybe you can explain to us what that means?
It is necessary. Like when your personality becomes dysfunctional for you as a person. Maybe you are a choleric, but you're always antagonizing with people. You're getting into too many conflicts. Or maybe you are phlegmatic and you have become the doormat for everybody. You're bearing too much. Your boyfriend has even packed your belongings, put them on the road, you are still bringing it back. Then we say, where's the problem? How comes you're not able to make certain decisions? Are you lacking certain life skills to make certain decisions in life? Because when you are too indecisive, then there's a problem with you. Or there is extreme feeling of self-importance. You know, like most of the cholerics, they know that without them, nothing can be done. Including even a lot of fathers and men. They imagine that without them, nobody will eat at home. So they carry that self-importance wherever they go. Hakuna mtu atawakisha taa kama sijakuwa kwa nyumba. Nobody will eat, or nobody will sing in church unless I'm there. Those are the cholerics. They have the feeling of self-importance in a group that they even imagine that without them, the group will not function. When you get to those extreme levels, where you want people to worship you because of your personality, then we say there's a personality disorder, and you need to have a clinical checking. And there are various, psychologists define various types of personality disorders.
And we are winding up the show now, so maybe you could give now final word of encouragement as we wind up.
So the disorders are many. You can visit a psychologist just to find out why you are getting into so many conflicts, why you can't keep a relationship, which type of personality are you, so that you know the kind of employment you should be even going for, the kind of places you should be visiting, and etc. I think finally we want to say that all is not lost. If you have difficulty with your personality, there are professional counselors who can help you work on your personality. Because if you get a mismatch between your personality, even with a career, even in a relationship, those things will not work because of the mismatch. So please take time as a young person, know who you are, so that you know which groups you can fit in, and know also which group you don't force yourself to fit in. Know the kind of boyfriend you can have, and know the kind of person that you cannot relate with, so that you don't impose yourself on people.
Amen. Thank you so much. I hope you have learned a lot. I know I have. It's important to get to know your personality. That's how we will be able to relate with one another in this society and build the nation and work together for the kingdom of God. Get to know your personality, and see you next week. We have a lot of episodes lined up for you.